Oh, would you look at that? It's almost Halloween. You know, I should probably make some sort of spooky video for it, since festivities and everything. So after about making 5 different lists and titles and topics, I finally picked one that I like. Pokemon is a pretty lighthearted, colorful, and just an all-around happy children's game. But today, I want to disregard that and take a look at some of the darker and more wild sides to the franchise. Today, I want to take a look at the top 5 deaths in Pokemon. I think this goes without saying, but who knows these days, gotta make sure everything is crystal clear. This list is in no particular order, as all of these are pretty much equally disturbing. And if you remember something that's pretty spooky, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see some scarring comments from you guys. Also, if this list starts to get a little too spooky for you, I suggest watching some more lighthearted videos of mine, like the most memorable moments in Pokemon, or some things you may have missed in the Sun and Moon demo. Either way, let's get started.
Rolling, I can never get enough. I've been up too long and I way too drunk, but we straight up in it and we feeling.
Imagine a Pokemon being engulfed in flames and crushed by a collapsing tower. It's pretty disturbing to think about. That's why the Burn Tower, formerly known as the Brass Tower, makes it onto this list. The tragedy that occurred at the Brass Tower happened about 150 years before the events of Gold, Silver, and Crystal. The Brass Tower was built along with the Bell Tower about 700 years before the Generation 2 games to house the legendary tower duo, Lugia and Ho-Oh. The tower was struck with a bolt of lightning, igniting the tower and setting it ablaze, while a sudden downpour quickly extinguished the flames, but by then the damage had already been done. The 3 Pokemon inside perished, Lugia and Ho-Oh fled, and the tower was destroyed. However, before Ho-Oh decided to leave, it brought these Pokemon back to life, but not before they suffered their horrible deaths. The 3 Pokemon that rose from the ashes were Entei, representing the raging blaze of the tower, Raikou, representing the thunderbolt that struck the tower, and Suicune, representing the downpour that extinguished the flames. For years, fans speculated the Pokemon inside were the 3 evolutions, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, but due to a recent episode of the Pokemon Generations anime, this has been disproven. It still remains a mystery just what Pokemon were lost, but it's a moment that still haunts Pokefans to this very day. You've probably met this guy here. He doesn't have a name, he's just simply referred to as Old Man. When you first talk to him, he tells you how sad and lonely he is and asks to borrow one of your Pokemon, preferably level 5 or under. This is where you make your first crucial decision. You see, if you know the outcome of giving him a Pokemon, you can spare his life and choose to ignore his wishes. But in doing so, you leave him to face the rest of his life filled with an unending sadness. But it gets darker. Defeating the Elite Four and returning to his house, you will find your Pokemon along with a Comet Shard. A note left by the Old Man pretty clearly explains what happened. The Old Man passed away, leaving you his most prized possession and the Pokemon you left him to keep him company. The games never really go into detail about what exactly happened, but it's not hard to put the pieces together. Lysandre's death makes this list for some pretty dark reasons as well. In the games X and Y, upon defeating Lysander, he refuses to take the loss and decides to end it all. He activates his secret weapon, which backfires, trapping Lysander and a number of Team Flare Grunts underground, and after that huge explosion, I doubt he or the rest of his grunts would be able to survive. Also, in the anime, for a brief period of time, it was thought that Lysander had killed himself by jumping off of the tower after being defeated by Ash. But the following episode, he reappeared, jumping into Zygarde's Core Enforcer, leaving his fate unknown. Finally on our list, we have a duo of sorts. Sir Aaron and Lucario made their appearance in the movie Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I don't remember this being very sad to me, maybe because as a kid I didn't really think too hard about why Sir Aaron passed or paid attention to the plot very much to know he even died. In the movie, the kingdoms were at war and Aaron made the ultimate sacrifice. He sealed his partner Lucario into his staff and took off to stop the war. By stopping the war, I mean he died. Anyways, fast forward to present anime time. Aaron's Lucario Lucario meets Ash and his friends, starting off the 8th movie. Basically, the Tree of Beginning is being messed with, and the only way to stop it was to supercharge the tree's defense system, and to do this, the tree needed to pull aura from someone or something. Ash, being able to use Sir Aaron's aura, decided to take one for the team, but at the last second, Lucario pushed him out of the way in order to sacrifice himself to the tree, saving Ash and rejoining Sir Aaron in the afterlife. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the new video. If you did, a like rating is greatly appreciated. Maybe subscribe for some more Pokemon content, and let me know of any deaths you know of down in the comments below. Also, because I feel like I'm going to get questions about it, yes, Marowak is not on the list because I feel like it's way too known, even though I did include Ash. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and until then, have a happy Halloween. Boo!